Hello, good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing fine this evening. I thought I'd go live for a while here since I didn't really put up a video for this Saturday. But I will be putting up more videos eventually. I just kind of, I'm still sort of, some of my stuff is in the creative process and kind of like it to stay there. Some of the songs, sometimes take longer than others. Um, Nonetheless, I just want to start this keyboard set tonight by just saying, I guess, what I really want to say today is let's all be kind to each other and always, as much as we can. So, this has been quite the week. So, right, for everybody, so I'm sure. And but I don't really want to take away from the music, and I'm gonna start playing because I don't really feel like talking much today, you know. But at the same time, I just kind of don't be quiet on social media as much as I had been the last week or so. But I'm talking about social media in general, not just YouTube channel here. So. But on this YouTube channel, I mostly like to keep it to the music. So, um, and I'm gonna start with probably Wings of Our Melodies tonight, or maybe Written in the Stars, and go from there. So, if you're watching right now, you can request songs in the comment field if you'd like. And of course, if you're watching this later, um, thank you for tuning in to this live feed. So I gotta turn up my keys now. I realize that it's a bit too low in volume. So 1 second. I thought I set this up, but I must have been. The reason why I think it's low maybe is because I must have been reviewing a more obscure tune of mine or something, and I set it to a low kind of volume. So now I'm gonna just change this and then get to this song here. So here we go. The stones in his every sight, and the stones cause Lord's all the time, and the stones in the stars are and the stars. It's in the stars you leave her, you turn to me. It's in the stars that you love me. It's in the stars you will never be. I can see in the stars in the every sight. In the stars cause you never knows. In the stars cause you never knows. So you said there one special time. In the stars. In the stars. Don't be wrong, I'm sure all happiness. What's in the stars is the same. No matter choice, it's naturally disagree, and that's okay. You're meant to be that way. You're born to make things right with me. And the stars in the hands side by side. And the stars, cause we all you off of mine. So you said on a special time. The stars in your hands are very sweet. The stars, 'cause the wind's all the time. The stars, and the stars, you and I. The stars, the stars, the stars. From town to town, ride around every night. From cloud to cloud, I love the way it feels to go on stage where you find me excited. And excited about feeling now, yeah. Oh, and excited about feeling now, so I never thought I could acknowledge you. The way it feels to be so free. The way you hold me in your arms now. It's like floating on the wings of our melodies, yeah. It's like floating on the wings of our melodies. Every night is when I get to just the next sleep. I can count you through everything, yeah. There ain't a shining by my side. You've proven that so many times. I've got an angel on my side, yeah. I never thought I could imagine the way it feels to be so free, yeah. And the way you hold me in your arms now. It's like floating on the wings of our melodies. It's like floating on the wings of our melodies. Our melodies, yeah. Your more concerts are left to play. And then we'll be on our way. Record music in our studio. Making music all day all night long. I never thought I could imagine the way it feels to be so free, yeah. And the way you hold me in your arms now. It's like floating on the wings of our melodies, yeah. It's like floating on the wings of our melodies. It's like floating on the wings of our melodies, yeah. So that was Wings of Our Melodies, and I might do some other songs tonight that I'm not so happy, perhaps, even though I feel like, well, these some of the happy tunes obviously make me feel better and make you guys, my audience who is watching this at whatever moment, makes you feel better. I really do believe in happy songs, but and plus we have a lot of reasons to celebrate, like I said, but sadly, I have to be honest and say that, I haven't felt that way though, unfortunately. Haven't felt that way recently, and with my video last night, I kind of tried to take my mind off all of that, so, and I won't go into the details, but, unless I feel like it, so instead I just probably will play whatever song comes to mind next. I don't know, I'm seeing some comments here. I guess I should check them out and see if you guys have a song in mind. Okay, well, yeah, thank you. I got, you know what? I think I was about to say where I found this beautiful bouquet of flowers here. I think it was, let me see. Oh, wow, I can't believe that. I guess, let's face it, you know what? All of us, especially I think women, I don't want to, I don't want to generalize. I hope that men are also thrifty and shop at different places for their groceries and stuff, but I believe that I want to be correct about this. And this is a set of roses I found at, it must have been, it's got to, I think, okay. It was Ingles, yeah. It was definitely Ingles because I didn't have time to go to Aldi's this week, or I'm sorry, last week. Last week it was. So yeah, these roses are about probably a week old, but having flowers, I think having flowers in any place just kind of helps you to be more positive, and that's why um, I kind of feel as if God wants me to have flowers when I'm playing music. Anyway, that's something personal I just shared, but I just think that it's something that symbolizes that having that positive outlook, and no matter what is going on or what happened, that can just kind of shift your mind to the right space. And yeah, I think that's what flowers are. That's what I believe flowers' purpose is. So I think I think flowers' purpose is really to help us humans feel better. When we're not feeling the greatest, let's say. But I mean, even when you're 100% and you're feeling awesome and you're doing good and everything's wonderful, flowers still add something so beautiful that it just makes it even better. So yeah, I went a little bit on a rant there about flowers, but I just have to say that because I got a compliment on the flowers, so thank you very much for the compliment. But I had to say that because I think everyone has sort of different reasons. Some people have the spiritual reasons why they need flowers, and some might say that uh, other reasons. So I just had to share my reason for um, specifically wanting flowers, like in my online shows here. So next song coming up. I guess I'm going to do. I'm going to do a song that I haven't done in a while. Yeah. So this song here, I wrote one Independence Day back in the day, and this next song is called "Find Yourself Another Project." And I think I just thought of this song tonight, not because of the meaning of the lyrics, but quite frankly, I just today really felt like it was 4th of July and people are celebrating, you know, celebrating the election results. So here we go. I actually seen some fireworks today, and I'm really grateful for that. So um, here's a song I wrote one Independence Day back in the day. I call it the way I want, I call it the way I like. Just never ask me your opinion. It's my life. Gonna take care of my health how I wanna. It's not something worth compromise. If you're gonna try to change me, baby, just so cold down. Find another project, baby. Find another project, baby. This is not me. Now you won't leave me. You And I like to dive into all kinds of different music. Pound blues in my heart. I like to dance till the morning. And I will never stop. When I'm a card, I'll play hard. You never yell me, so just find yourself another project, baby. Find yourself another project, baby. It's not me. No, it won't be me. Find yourself another project. Cause people are not projects. Find yourself another project, baby. Find yourself another project, baby. It's not me. No, it won't be me. So yeah, that's a song called Find Yourself Another Project. And, yeah, basically it just kind of states some things straightforward and upfront in a way that, sometimes some people want to give you advice when you're not asking for it, and I think, we shouldn't do that. I don't do that, and we should only give advice to people if they're asking for, for your opinion on something. So that's my opinion, and Find Yourself Another Project kind of sort of touches on that topic there. So all right, so here is another original song. I should say I'm only playing originals because I'm on my YouTube channel. So here's a totally older song of mine, completely older song of mine coming out here. So you call me, tell me that you care, still thinking of me. I wish you call me, tell me everything that you think of me. I wish you call me, tell me this is more attraction, the strong connection. Just to love for too long, for myself to kiss me, to forget away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. You call me, tell me in your sleep, you really love me. I let you call me, tell me that you think you love me. I let you call me, tell me that you want to hold me. I wish you could see what I see when I look in your eyes. Not to begin, in my ears, you want me to console me. Yeah, oh, what you want to me, take God, only one just don't leave me all night. Oh, right. How about my brand new song called Balance next? And that's a song about just having balance in your life, and how it's different for every individual. Balance is a different thing, and sometimes some of us it takes a while to find our own balance. But I think you can only truly find your balance when you're really, really focused on, first of all, knowing yourself well, and you know how to take care of yourself well. That's when you finally kind of figure out what the balance is for you between work and when it's time to relax, and so on and so on. So, without any further ado, here is balance. Here we go. Into the long sky, beauty outside. You can truly feel in the heart. Songs in the back sing, are the voices of angels here. That's all you need, and I choose to life for peace. Balance that you need. Even when I'm on stage, I still feel the same. Shouldn't give up again, only because you're my heart. That's all you need, yeah. Balance is different for everyone. Yeah, balance, 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 balance. Yeah, balance, 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 balance. When I was young, when I had three jobs, somehow it didn't feel like now. I'm going to college, and my friends told me to do. Most people in college like the streets that right now too. They gotta have good friends to get me through, yeah. That's just what we all need, and I'm sure like peace, and the balance that it brings. Even I'm on stage, and you still feel the same. Thank you again. Only if it goes to my heart. Bounce is all you need, yeah. Bounce is different for everyone. Yeah, balance, 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 balance. Yeah, balance, 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 balance. Well, she's here to keep on going, work to bring it back. Who got the slave ships circling down? I got it. That's what we all need, and I choose to like things. Balance that it brings. Even when I'm on stage, and it still feels the same. She'll give what I can. Only if it comes from my heart. Balance is what we all need, yeah. Balance is different for everyone, yeah. Balance, 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 yeah. Balance, balance, balance. Have we forgotten what that means, yeah. Balance, 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 yeah. Balance. So that's a song I call Balance. And next up, I guess maybe I'll do something more fun, maybe, or just another happy song. I see I got some comments from you guys here. Let's see. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so Balance, I just played, and something more fun on the keys here, I guess, would be, well, maybe I should play Movies at Sunrise next. Or I could play Darling, unless that's another fun tune, let's say. And then I was thinking maybe tonight I'll play one of my older songs called Don't Want to Be Sad Tonight, which is kind of really, really old because that song dates back to probably my early 20s. So Don't Want to Be Sad Tonight, maybe I'll do that in a few songs. But for now, I'd like to do this one. So here we go. Smell of great coffee, taste of red wine, sweetness of chocolate, and the words of your smile. I think I love story, just the way I want you. Waking up in the morning with you in my head. Days at sunset, with the words so well said. Movies of songs, kisses I know. Next thing you know, we're drinking champagne on our new yeah. First time I was over at your place, I felt the energy flowing, your piano space. Singing on your candle, I played a few notes. Somehow I just knew I wanted to stay with you, yeah. Waking up in the morning with you in my head. Days at sunset, with the words so well said. Movies of songs, kisses I knew. The next thing you know, we got the Anderson and I need you, yeah. Waking up in the morning with you in my head. Days at sunset, with words so well said. Movies and songs, kisses I know. The next thing you know, we got the grandest in la la. Then I hear shouting la I mean I got something for you. And I see that falling myself on my legs. So I say, I'm in love with this one, and I just don't have enough time. You say we can make it work. You know you surprise me with him right the next night. Waking up in the morning with you in my head. Days at sunset, with words so well said. Movies of songs, kisses I know. The next thing you know, got the carriage and I you, yeah. Movies of songs, that's what movies outside turn into real love. Movies of songs turn into love. So yeah, that's Movies at Sunrise. I seen you comment. I gotta read it. So as I was saying earlier, though, we do have some reasons to celebrate, even though I know that it's gonna take us all a while to heal from everything that had been going on this year. 2020. We all agree, I guess, that it's been an interesting year. Thank you for the compliments on my tunes here. So I decided I'm going to have sparkling water today instead of regular water. So that way I don't feel so left out with the fact that I just didn't feel like celebrating anything today, really, for different reasons that have nothing to do with the election, obviously. So Anyway. But anyway, I know I shouldn't feel so left out because, well, I sort of decided that I was going to follow the secret when I did come to the election, and I kind of feel like I already celebrated before. I know that sounds bad, but I kind of, like the secret law of attraction says, if you just visualize and just imagine that you get the positive outcome that you're looking forward to, then you're going to get it. Anyway, some people think all different people have different opinions about that specific part of the law of attraction. But anyhow, I think I'm going to play a slightly older song of mine. Not too old. It's going to be followed by a happy song next. So, and yeah, I just want to say that I shouldn't feel left out about not completely celebrating today when everybody is celebrating victory and the fact that freedom is strong. And anyhow, so because I feel like I already did, and because I wanted to assume, even though I kind of, I was one of those people who was really, really anxious to see the results as soon as I possibly could. Yet at the same time, to the point where I think I just kind of I felt like I couldn't believe that I felt that way, because I guess, okay, so I'll just say this is just okay, I'm trying to say this without getting too political, and it's like, it's impossible. And I just don't want to I don't know, I just haven't decided. I think I need a year or two before I decide, do I want to keep on making happy music that's like dessert? Or do I want to go all over the place with my songs and how it relates to anything I speak about? It's just something I need lots of time to think about. And so, therefore, I just can't, I can't really express these thoughts at the moment. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to get back to playing. So, plus, you know what? I also had realized from real life experiences that when you start talking too much, you start to feel like, personally, you start to feel like you're a speaker rather than somebody who is a songwriter. And I don't ever want to make myself feel that way. So I'm going to get into my next tune right now. I just know I love you. I just know I love you. I know I love you. Maybe you playing so just on the night I lost in your eyes. Never wanted anyone wanted you. So can't be you, so don't go. So I'm choosing it. If I come to your heart, you must without you. If I come to your heart, now you're sweet without you. Sweet, so around, so around, it's so around, so around, it's so around. You always said to me when I needed the most. I wish I could be near you all the time. I'm just getting out, not running away. Everything about you is so beautiful. So I'm choosing light. If I capture your heart, you must without you. If I capture your heart, I'm you take my chance. So I'm choosing your hands. Oh, the stars are shining on me. My heart is yours forever. Your love not lost as water, searching for. So glad that you found me. So I'm choosing your hands. If I come to your heart, you must without you. If I come to your heart, I'm your sweet without you. Sweet, so yeah, so yeah, so yeah. So yeah. And those are two old songs of mine. I just felt like I needed to play them. The first one I played before, right before Sweet Rapture, was I Just Know I Love You. It might as well just be about John Mayer. That's how old that one is. And speaking of that song, actually, I was thinking about changing the words to it so I can feel better about singing it, because some of it really does not follow The Secret and the Law of Attraction, and that was before I wrote that song, way before I really gave any thought to The Secret and the teachings of positive thinking from Rhonda Byrne's book, And yeah, I take that book really seriously because I don't know, it really made me fall in love with it, in the last decade or so. So the next one that I played was Sweet Rapture. Might as well be about Chris Martin of Coldplay. That's how old that song is. So yeah, those were two old songs of mine, and I've got to play something more newer next. So because I just ranted about how old those songs were, and how they're now possibly about celebrities. But I think, before I get into my next song, I think what sometimes the public needs to keep in mind, no matter whether somebody's playing at a bar or a small coffee shop, or somebody's playing the arena, that they've been dreaming about playing their whole lives, because really, I think most musicians do have some kind of a big place they want to play one day in their lives that they dream of. Not every musician, but most of us do. And I think generally speaking, what everybody needs to keep in mind is we really do appreciate that you listen to us and you enjoy our original music. And in fact, most of us even like when you request cover songs because we know that you like it, and because when we play it and sing it, it brings you joy. We're happy to do it. And sometimes we might not even be so happy to do some of those, but it's like we're happy because it makes you happy, the audience, you know? And so I think what the publics sometimes really need to have in mind, and foremost, always, is that besides being a musician on it, or a songwriter, or a singer, we are entertainers, and and that it is our job to make you guys feel good, no matter what we're playing, whether it's sad, believe it or not, whether it's angry. Sometimes some people feel better after they hear something angry, and that's the way it is. But it's all a matter of personal choice. So as I sort of build, I feel like I'm still beginning to build my YouTube audience. I just kind of thought that this was just the right time for me to say some of these things. So I think partially has to do something with sometimes all the different people I encounter in real life, and I'm happy to say most of the people, probably about 95% of people I encounter in real life when I play music already really understand the simple things that are common sense, and there's only probably about 1% sometimes that you kind of just feel like, oh boy, you start wondering what is the right thing to say to them. So as you can see, I gotta get too happy too now, because it's like, it's one of those things that I just, I'm not following the secret as much here, because I'm talking about like 1% of people that, I gotta get into some water. Sometimes you encounter 1% of people that just, yeah, okay, no words need to be said. Alright, so I think I'm gonna play a newer song, and I think I'm gonna play my song called Darling. There you go. I see another comment there, so I guess I want to read it. Okay, awesome. And thank you so much for the good comments. I appreciate that. I think about so much you mean to me all alone. And never let all never forget. When you come on stage with me straight the eyes of my own and say, so nice to meet you, I love your shoes. I can't believe I get to go on stage right after you. Never since then, we've been best friends. You always call me when I need you to. Shoot me quickly and I reply all the time. That's how we fly. Oh. After years of friendship and having turned so lots around the world, we didn't see each other much, only sent festivals and signs. We've got a few songs together in the last couple of years or so, and we decided to stop it. And if I felt our friendship into a fairy tale of love, now since then we've never been apart. Rather play music from my heart till now I think about getting a German Shepherd pie, taking them all on the road with us, yeah. It's a fairy tale story, except it's really real life. If you believe in real love, you can have it all if you just try it. So yeah, that was my song called Darling, and I just remembered that I was gonna play this song right here tonight sometime. So here we go. Saints that say that's the game, they can get on to me, I can go I used to worry, but I'm now touch my with sorrows. I don't wanna be sad tonight, I don't wanna be sad tonight, I don't think I'm too long to have happy and cry over you. I don't wanna be sad today, don't wanna be sad today, don't wanna be sad today, don't wanna be sad tonight. Such a strange number, they all me well. This was only so long, this is what's bizarre. Like the words sound well, beyond this darkness. I don't wanna be sad tonight, I don't wanna be sad tonight. Not until the pretending I'm feeling cry over you. I don't wanna be sad tonight, don't wanna be sad tonight, don't wanna be sad tonight, don't wanna be sad tonight. If I see you, I'll be dying. I see you, I'll let you go again. I see you, I remember the things you wrong. I see you. But not tonight, 'cause I don't wanna be sad tonight, I don't wanna be sad tonight. Not until I'm happy and cry over you. I don't wanna be sad tonight, I don't wanna be sad tonight, don't wanna be sad tonight, don't wanna be sad tonight. song called Don't Wanna Be Sad Tonight. And here is a song of mine that's definitely newer, and you might recognize this one because I do try to play it quite frequently. So this is a song of mine inspired by pretty much playing outside. And I think that for all of us who appreciate like street music, and um, for those of us who do it, I'm sure that we all really, really feel the way that I kind of um, expressed my own feelings towards it in this next song. So here we go. All right. Here is street music. Music can heal your soul, music can make you as down love. Music knows how to every opportunity that comes on every single note. Streets of the city are naked at the sound of music. Street music, street music. And colors feel electric guitar. Next one you hear beautiful fit. And a percussion of spills. The music all good old days. I'm like the way you sing a song. Driving away on the ukulele. As you keep going, you hear the beautiful notes of the keys. That's the city full of life with music. Street music, street music. Music can heal your soul, music can make you less love. Music knows to love you, and many of music comes on every single note. Streets of the city are dead without the sound of music. Busking brings life back into the streets, melodies that familiar. People walk by and smile when they hear the music. People stop by and dance to the fun while a pure joy fills their hearts. That's the kind of music that takes you higher. Street music, street music. Music can heal your soul, music can make you all that love. Music knows to love you, and many of the music comes out every single note. Streets of the city are naked at the sound of music. How music goes, we long before. King David used to praise the Lord with music. Music makes soul and holy. Street music, street music. Music in your soul, music can make you love music. Knows to love you, and many of the music comes on every single note. Streets of the city are naked at the sound of music. Street music, street music, street music. So that was my song called Street Music. I hope you liked it. And thank you so much for tuning in, subscribing, commenting, and liking my videos here on YouTube. I think I would love to play some more, so stick around if you can. The next song that comes to mind, I guess, is my song called Radiate Light. So it's that's something I I always like to do when I can. And when I can't, I guess I try to forgive myself and then move on and radiate light next time. So here's my song called Radiate Light. We'll dance to encourage each other. Live in peace and harmony. We are all the same, yeah, we're all so different. Every soul is beautiful. Spread your wings of love in the night. Those within each one of us, yeah. Spread the love, we'll see. You're meant to be. Living your purpose brightly. When in the night, you can see things clearly. As there's passion in your heart. Illusions fade away. In reality remains. But stay true to you. Spread your wings and fly. Be with the light. Those within each one of us, yeah. Spread the love we'll see. All you're meant to be. Living your purpose daily, yeah. Beauty and the light. Beauty and the light. Beauty and the light. We're just one candle carrying us so many. And one big smile can change the world. Opening their hearts to see the love and joy and fear. Never misunderstanding, it's all we need. Yeah. So spread your wings and fly. In the end of the night, those within each one of us, yeah. Spread the love over sea. You're meant to be. Live your purpose proudly, yeah. Billy and the light, 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 Billy and the light. All right, so that was Radiate Light, and I think I'd like to do at least sort of like one of my songs that is more on the experimental side of things. So here's a tune I just really haven't really played in a week, probably or two. I don't know. Has this interesting sound I use for it. Here we go. Can you feel me through the dark side of the night? Still love you even after all the can never be erased. I still love you always. I still love you always. I'm starlight that came into my life. You're a star that shines so bright. You like the sparkle in the ocean sort of tight. Yeah. I still love you. Still love you. I still love you. I still love you. Can it be possible to bring back a chance to me? When my songs that play on yours. We dinner at the finest restaurant. Kiss each other's lips like it's the first time. A sun that came into my life. You started shine so bright. Like the sparkle in the ocean to the tide, yeah. Still love you, still love you, I still love you, I still love you, I still love you, still love you, oh, I still love you, I still love you. I can't know I'm always saying like it was yesterday. I can feel you like you've never been away. You are the sun that came into my life. Your star that shines so bright, like a sparkle in the ocean all the time. Yeah. Still love you, I still love you, I still love you. Still love you, still love you, still love you, still love you, still love you. So yeah, that song is more on the experimental side of things, and from that song I'll probably move along to some of my other more catchier songs. Whichever one I end up picking, I don't know yet, but I just want to say that, this song always, I'm glad I've written it because, this song actually always brings me good memories, and, psychologists have proven it, scientists, that the more good memories you play in your mind, that the better mood you end up being in. So I think, and I agree with that because I agree with that so much because sometimes it feels like some upbringing sometimes brainwashes some of us to think about all the negative memories and all this other stuff. But the thing is, it's really unhealthy and it leads to depression and other negative things if you are thinking about constantly thinking, about the things that went wrong or people that you didn't forgive for something down the road, like 10 years later, you're still thinking about it. So anyway, without going into this whole rant about forgiveness or anything like that, I just want to say that, it's nice to be able to write songs that help you hold on to like the good memories, and I think what I really believe about this is that just because you have good memories of something doesn't mean that don't like bad memories that completely can erase that all out of your head. No, but I'm just saying it's better for you as a person to remember the good ones because it's for you, you know. So pretty much, if anybody was to accuse me that I tend to live in the past, or people like me who like to write songs in the past a lot, um, in my defense, which I really shouldn't be saying that at all. It's like everybody should just be free to write whatever they want, right? It's art, you know. So, but the point is, it's a proven fact that holding on to good memories is good for our health. So that's why forgiveness is so important as well. But I'm not going to song Forgive tonight. I could, yes I could, But you guys really want me to, whoever's on right now in real time. I do have my ukulele here, I could play that song, but instead I think I'm just gonna play another one of my happy songs on the keys here. I think I'm going to play Under the Stars, and yeah, right after I check the comments here for you folks who are tuned in right now in real life. I mean, real time. Real life. I can't believe I just said that. Yeah. That's something I never imagined saying about YouTube. Like a year ago, I would have never thought I would have such a mishap and say that. What I mean is real time. Alright, so here is my song called Under the Stars. As you play music, amongst so many others, it's been a few years since I have each other. Don't slowly fade away. You always have my back, even on the darkest day. And one day I know you come to me and say, now it's time, now I know I can say, now it's stars and telling love, and I love you. You love me, and I love you. First time you kissed me, so sweet and gentle, still tastes like kiss, was like a summer breeze. Tell me once that you down and my soul perfectly. That was just like fire in the winter. And it's not me, and I kiss me, and the stars keep telling love, and I love you. And it's not me, and I kiss me, and the stars keep telling love, and I love you. And it's not me, and I kiss me, and the stars keep telling love, and I love you. And you come to me with open arms. It's springtime, snow else, you read a song back to the end of time. I'm sorry, I don't kiss me. I'm sorry, telling love, and I love you. So that was Under the Stars. I don't know. It's like this is one of those tunes I could sort of give a little bit of insight into, but I don't have to. I figure it's nonetheless it's been one of my favorites to play for a while, and I don't know if it has anything to do with how long it actually took me to write this particular song I just played compared to the other ones. I mean, um, like some of the earlier tunes that you might have heard in this live feed that I played, and I would say something like, "Oh well, I wrote this back knows when," you know. Some of those songs, honestly, I could say when I recall the memory of writing it, I just remember it just kind of like the memory of writing it was just so magical and it felt so right where it just kind of it was one of those songs that would just like write itself almost feel like, you know. I don't know. And sometimes I guess when I think about it, some people want to say such things as you write all your best stuff in your 20s. I don't believe in that, but I'm sorry that I even quote that because I think that that's a very skeptical view. You know, I think that's a very not right kind of view of things. You know, and people's age and how it relates to being creative. And so, um, with that in mind, I just yeah, I don't really have to share too much insight into the song I just played, but that particular song that I played. It took me a while to write because actually I wrote it, and I sort of at a point where in my life where I wrote a part of it that was really important, like the hook of the song I just played, you know, Under the Stars, all this other stuff, where I felt like my life felt like peaceful, you know, everything. I felt secure, you know, nothing. It felt finally like I went through a time before that where, well, yeah, it's a long story. So, and then I kind of wrote the hook while it felt kind of peaceful, and then all of a sudden, I couldn't finish it, but I kept the hook, and then like maybe I finally finished the song that I just played about maybe a year later or something like that. You know, this is sort of a short version of a story behind the song that I love playing so much, which didn't take like half an hour to write, but actually literally took a while to write. And I can get personal and say I think that I gave this one relationship a chance that I wish I didn't, you know, and it screwed with my creativity, you know, and I couldn't finish the song. But I shouldn't even go there because really I'm very grateful that I finished the song because it's one of my favorites to play, you know. So, but anyhow, so I guess with me saying all that, just kind of, you know, puts me back into the state of mind where hopefully we will realize that good things come no matter what, you know, that kind of like some of the quotes I recently heard is about, you know what, some positive things I've heard recently that I really liked and encouraging, I thought, were things like, you know what, you can change your mind as many times as you want to, and you can you can take your time on some things as long as you want to, but you're still gonna get to your dreams. Your dreams will still come true. You know, your destination still will be there for you. It's all a matter of enjoying the journey. And I guess I'm preaching a little bit here because I think that I sort of I want to preach that to myself, and so that I don't forget, or to be more positive, I should say, so that I remember, that I can remember that it is truly the journey that matters. And I just want to pray that whenever it seems like, you know, I lose track of that or something, you know, that I can really think to a point where I'm guided by my higher self, you know, and to always remember that is just so important. So I hope that all this I'm sharing with you tonight between songs is helping you, whether you're watching now or later. I hope that you can relate, because I think all the stuff I talked about is pretty much, it's just a human thing, I dealt with this human condition, and we definitely deal with it differently, and uh, process things differently, and so on, but some things are just so universal and common sense that kind of it helps, to speak of them. It definitely does helps to think of them, speak of them, and so that way, we can remember when we need to remember these things the most. At times that these things kind of need to be highlighted for ourselves. So, and with that in mind, I guess I'll play something that's also kind of happy, and maybe slightly funny. How about that? So I'll go with this song. Here we go. I could feel it in your touch, babe. I could sense it in your kiss. Oh, I should have known, 'cause I could see it in your eyes. You were missing me, you can see me. Why, oh, why you were kissing me, you were missing her. One morning in the kitchen, oh, he kissed me while we're making eggs. Our friend Johnny was watching the whole thing. He was jealous of whatever that we had, so he said some things he shouldn't have given. I could feel it in your touch, babe. I could sense it in your kiss, so you know, 'cause I could see in your eyes. You were missing her, you were kissing me. Oh, I was kissing me, you were missing her. Oh, we both fight, call back then. God kisses outside your door, me before you left. You walked me out and said you needed space, but you wished me goodnight like nothing was wrong here. I could feel it in your touch, baby. I could sense it in your kiss, Lord. I should know, 'cause I could see it in your eyes. You were missing her, you could see me. Why, oh, why? Kissing me, you were missing her. That girl Angie, she must have had you for good. Why she left, you never stayed. I can see your name on your desktop login screen, the secret card eraser from your name. I could feel it in your touch, babe. I could sense it in your kiss. Oh, I should have known, 'cause I could see it in your eyes. You were missing who you were kissing me. Why, oh, why you were kissing me, you were missing her. choose. Oh, love you till that sometimes it. I could feel in your touch, babe. I could have sensed it in your kiss. So I should know, 'cause I can see it in your eyes. You were missing, girl, you could see me. Why, oh, why you were kissing me, you were missing. Oh. So that was one of those songs that I have with a long title called "You Were Missing Her While You're Kissing Me." And yeah, it's another song written about something in the long, long past, maybe. I would be exaggerating perhaps, but say it was an experience from 15 years ago. Something like that. But that song gives me good memories though. Because usually by that time, you forget all the bad ones. So, anyhow, so I'm trying to decide if I should maybe play another tune or two. See what you guys have to say. Thank you, I appreciate you too. I realize it's now like, well, it is now like 2 a.m., but it is a Saturday night, and maybe I should play one last song. So, for those of you tuning in and out, I just want to say, music is such a thing, you know, and that I don't care if somebody tunes in and out, whatever, because it's a live thing, you know. I do it sometimes too, and I try to stick around for people who are live, but I can't always do that, you know, and it's just the way it goes sometimes. So then, of course, you know, I end up watching stuff later or at a different time, which is the wonderful thing about the internet is that you can just put it off till later, you know. So here is a song of mine that is very much pretty, you know, definitely pretty close to my heart because this song is called "Watching Over Me," and it's just a song about how, you know, people that are dearest to us are always in our hearts, like no matter where they are. And this is what this next song is really about. So here we go. And all the stuff just like you just still make it alive. Times so bored out here because I wanna slide because of you. Should've been a place you want you to love me. Waiting for me to wake me. She never be what you want me, you're watching on. You may try, you're watching on. But you never be what you love me, you're watching on me. All the things you've done, all the things you've been, all the cats we say in the socket of the play, all the fireworks we sing, and the miles we walk together. Should've been lazy, but you don't hurt me. Waiting for you to make me. You never be what you don't let me. You're watching on. You're my angel, you're watching on. But you never be what Somebody got to tell the stories, no one can tell it out. You understand I can't let it stays have been way too long. But you live in the place you want you to love me. Can you call me to make me? But you never me, want you to let me watching on. You may try watching on. But you never me, want you to let me watching on. Yeah. So that's what you're learning. I just thought of another song, and this next song actually is really inspired by so many different people, so many different muses. This next song is inspired by cheerleaders out in this world, out there, and pretty much, kind of it's mostly inspired by people who are humble, in that. Um, and honestly, I can't say I always am. I'm not. I'm not always so humble. But when I think of this next song, I just think, um, I think of that because somebody once asked me in person, they wanted to know what this next song, like who it was inspired by and such. And so I told this guy, I said, well, this song is inspired by people who encourage me and give me positive feedback. So, without any further ado, here it is. Thank you for the encouragement, kind words go by. Just like Leslie, what I need you to believe in me, just the way you do. I can feel it when you lift me up. Thank you for having faith in me. Thank you for always loving me, just the way I am. Thank you. Thank you for having faith in me. Thank you for always loving me, just the way I am. Thank you. 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 Yeah. But I get it means so much beautiful energy thrown my way. Cause if I give me something I thought I'd never find, I got to go with your words, and tonight I just want to say thank you for having faith in me. Thank you for always loving me, just the way I am. Thank you. Thank you for having faith in me. Thank you for always loving me, just the way I am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make me feel endless like I can down to the highest sky. Make me feel like I can fly. Most importantly, you make me feel myself. Every time I play to feel like I'm more alive. Thank you for having faith in me. Thank you for always loving me, just the way I am. Thank you. Thank you for having faith in me. Thank you for always loving me, just the way I am. Thank you, 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 thank you. I've said all these things about this song and about certain people that really inspired this song, but how it's really a multitude of people that really I feel are the muses for this song. And the reason why I'll keep playing this song is because I know I will keep on attracting people who are like-minded, you know. And but most and foremost, I think that for me, this song will always be, most importantly, be inspired by Jesus, you know, and how he loves the song. And when I say this from my heart because I believe that it has nothing to do with organized religion, you know. So, but I always believed my whole life, and I remain a believer. You know, right? I might have done my research as much as I could upon other religious beliefs, and I respect them. The thing is, I do respect every religion out there, but I must speak my truth, and I had to say that what I just said. So I guess this comes to me basically saying that it's possible for us all to, you know, just respect each other's beliefs, whatever they might be, and validate each other um, without trying to, maybe sometimes not on purpose. Some people try to, you know, make people believe what you want them to believe, because that's, you know, in my opinion, that's wrong. So anyhow, that's really straying away from the topic here, which was a song of mine called Thank You. And I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. It's been lovely, and I hope to see you all next time I'm live. So you can definitely expect me to be as spontaneous as I have been most of the time. So bye for now. I hope you're having a great, lovely night, and I hope to see you all soon.